Lionstv, this is the Den Daily, bringing you all the latest gossip, views and transfer news from in and around the Den. The third video of today, unfortunately still not transfer news and players coming in, but a little bit of a different video because I've just watched on the Recast app, which is a sort of a Millwall content official behind a paywall, if you like, similar to a Patreon page. That they've done an interview with Gary Rowett. It's 8 minutes long. And I really took some positives from it. Gary Rowett, no secret, not always been my favourite Millwall manager of all time, but I did get a newfound respect for him at the back end of last season. He did, in my opinion, turn us into a much better side, not only defensively, but a threat going forward. And he once again managed to turn the Den into a fortress. We did have one of the best, if not the best, home record in the Championship. I think only Fulham was equal to us or very similar. But look, I like the noises that are coming out of his mouth. He is sometimes critical of, as he has done this season, saying we're going to get stuff done early in this window. And that obviously hasn't happened. And he puts himself in the firing line, which he did mention in this interview. It's 8 minutes long. And as I said, I know a lot of you say, I'm not paying for Recast, I'm not paying to watch it. Well, I just didn't pay for it. I think you get a certain amount of credits free. And I watched it for free, 8 minutes long, with the club's head of content. I think Max McLennan done the interview, so, well, he definitely did do an interview. I'm not sure what his role is. I think he's head of content creation at Calmont Road and the Den. And it was a really good interview, as I said. Good to see, by the way, get it in early, because I know a lot of you love the kits and the training kits. That it's, of course, Hummel this season, a luminous yellow for staff and management, and then like a dark royal blue for the players. Rowett was donning one of those. I'll try and cut some pictures in, of course. I can't show you the actual video. That would fuck me up on copyright constraints and get me a very early yellow card from the club going into the 2022-23 season. But look, as I've said, I saw Rowett in this interview. I can only say what I see. I saw him in a very positive light. He seemed relaxed, but he seemed focused. He seemed confident. And he even threw a couple of funnies in there. So easy go. You don't want to lose your boring Gary tag too easily. He seemed really jovial and really good mood. And as I said, focused on what comes ahead. He has put part of that down to, in this interview, that, you know, this is the first season now in a long time, maybe even since he's been in charge. I think he's had one since he's been in charge. He come in at midpoint of a season, didn't he? But this is his first time in a pre-season, I believe, where it's all been COVID-free. There's no threat of COVID, and we know we're going to be with the fans fully behind us at the start of this season, is what he told the interviewer. So, yeah, look, really good. I've come off the back of that a little bit more excited than I already was, if that was possible for the coming season. And I'm at a real impasse. I don't know whether we're going to be flying this season or we're going to be struggling. It would suggest that we're going to be struggling at the minute, with all these players leaving out of contracts, all the loanees going back. I think we've only gone in today to Calmont Road with 12 outfield first-teamers available. However, Rowett has said that he's had John Berylson on the phone every day, the legend that is JB, calling him up, saying who we buying, who we going after. And then he said, we're going to be more adventurous than we ever have been in this transfer window. Again, could be all hot air, but I can only take from what I've seen. He did seem quietly confident, a little bit about him, a little bit of a swagger, a little bit of a, I know something you don't know. And hopefully he definitely does, because we do need players through the door, as we know, and lots of them. He said that we're going to be more adventurous, as I said, than we have been in recent transfer windows. And what he said is this. He said, I can fill the positions already twice over with players, but they're not the players we want. So I've been guilty of this in the past, and I've alluded to this on videos of myself, that I've learned to be a little bit more patient now. I think we're impatient. I think football fans as a whole can be very impatient and, you know, and very, you know, up and down. But that's just the life of a football fan. You know, if you're in that business and you're a footballer or you're a manager, you're constantly in the firing line. It's more difficult than ever to keep your job. Rowett said we are actively going after certain clubs' best players, and we want them players, and I'm confident that deals are going to get done. So I expect it to be a frantic week this week before the players head off early next week to their training camp in Ireland. But yeah, as I said, not a player out, not a player in. It's just a little chat about Rowett. And if you can, definitely go and watch that 8-minute video on Recast, the interview with Gary Rowett, because it has absolutely filled me with joy. I won't lie. I never thought watching Gary Rowett would fill me with joy, especially in an interview with him. But as I said, he seems like he's got a little bit of a swagger about him. He seems confident. He seems focused. And the words that are coming out of his mouth fill me with hope. We just need to make sure we now follow through on him. But surely he wouldn't stand there and say, I'm confident deals are going to get done. We're going after other clubs' best players. and we're confident that we're going to get these deals done very, very soon. So, exciting times ahead. GR also said that he realises he's under pressure, and he realises that he might have to take a little bit of shit that comes his way from the likes of you, from the likes of me and other outlets that cover Millwall Football Club. But that is a pressure and, you know, a little bit of shit he's willing to take, because he realises and he's confident that the end results are definitely going to please us as a fan base. So, fingers crossed, and we wait with bated breath. I'll give you more news on transfers as we get it. Still no one through the door, but GR's interview has given me a little bit more confidence that things are going to start moving and deals will get done. And again, not just loan players, not just make-do players. Let's build a squad. Let's build a side going forward that we can be proud of. A young team, full of talent, that we've actually bought, and they're our players. And then I think from that point, you can definitely move forward. More news as I get it. As I said, I'm not going anywhere for the next 2 days. Please subscribe to Lionstv. Come on, you Lions.